Hi, I'm David Decero, and today I'm going to be doing the small Booktuber tag. I was tagged by Jake from Man Carrying Thing. Thank you very much. Now, in Jake's video, he started off by taking a swig or a shot, so I feel like it's only fair that I do the same thing. All right, let's talk about Booktube. Thanks for the tag, Jake. If you haven't checked out his channel already, go check it out. I don't know why I pointed there, but maybe I'll put up a picture or something, but any channel I mention in this video, I will link their YouTube channels down in the description. Man Carrying Thing. If you go check out Jake's channel, not only is he funny, but he has some really good videos talking about books, whether it's their cover, or talking about some older Ray Bradbury stuff. It's a great channel. Go check it out. There's been a couple funny booktubers who have kind of popped up in the last couple months. I know Chase from Fantasy Talk is another one. Like, if there was ever a late night talk show that was fantasy themed, that would be the guy to host it. I know that's not a thing, probably won't ever be a thing, but what I'm saying is he's funny and he reads a lot of fantasy. It's like, what more do you want? Go check out his channel. All right, so on to the tag. Now, I'm going to say this up front. Anytime I talk about myself, I'm going to start rambling and go on a tangent and start telling stories. I will do my absolute best to stay on topic. I'm not making any promises, but I'll do my best. I will divide this video into video chapters so you can kind of pick and choose where you want to jump around. All right, so the first topic is introduce yourself. Hi, I'm David Decero, and I am 32 years old. For me, I think the biggest change going from my 20s to my 30s, in my 20s, I had this dread of turning 30. Like, oh no, it's all over after. Like, from 29 to 30, that's it. I'm done. The only major difference is that after I turn 30, I no longer have the dread of turning 30. That's it. I feel, super young. I don't really feel more mature. I should, probably. I have been enjoying how many people have been joining Booktube, like so many different age groups. Like there have been more people who are in their 30s and things like that, which is cool. I know it's mostly younger people in their 20s, which is cool too. I'll share a picture of me from when I was in my 20s, just just so you know what it would have looked like had I started this channel a decade ago. Uh, I don't know what picture I'm sharing, but I know I thought I was real cool. I thought I was real cool back in the day. Um, After 30 is again a major difference is you don't care anymore. You just like, I'm here. It is what it is. I live in the San Francisco Bay Area. I grew up in San Bruno, California, which is like 15 minutes south of San Francisco. I currently live with my better half, my girlfriend, and our two kids. Yes, I am a father. We have an 11-year-old and a 8-year-old. I'm totally the kind of dad where I'm saying a lot of really cringy jokes. I'm super sarcastic. If you ever met me in real life, like I'm a really sarcastic dude. I am a writer, or at least I would like to be. I write. Therefore, I am a writer, but I haven't published any novels yet. I hope to publish something in I don't say early, in 2021. I've kind of cut back, I've kind of stepped away from working on my novel, and I'm working on a couple of novellas or novelettes even. I just am trying to finish like a short story just to get the ball rolling, like just to finish something. I'm also a reader, which is why I'm here on Booktube. I love fantasy and horror, and before I go too much into book topics, because I think that's a later question, but let's see, what else about me? I mean, yeah, I'm trying to be a writer. I would like to be a really good writer someday. Next question is, how long have you been on Booktube? Technically, I started my Booktube channel in August of 2018. At first, I uploaded a few videos, and then I would stop for a few months, upload one video, stop for like 6 months, upload another video, and it was just kind of like, it was just kind of whenever I felt like it, like, oh, I want to talk about this, and then I throw it out there. But within the last probably 2 or 3 months, at my real job. My work schedule recently changed to where I finally have a consistent schedule. Like for years, I had a like variable shifts schedule, which means I worked day, night, graveyard, weekends, weekdays, just all over my schedule changed every week. It was hard to get into a good rhythm. But now I have every Thursday and Friday off, and that is consistent every single week. And because of that consistency, I've been able to kind of pick like Thursdays and Fridays are usually my recording days, and I can be more consistent and upload videos. Now, originally, I decided to make a Booktube channel because back in August of 2018, I had attended Worldcon in San Jose. And as a writer and reader, it was amazing. It was great. Brandon Sanderson was there, a bunch of other writers. George R. R. Martin was there. I remember watching him speak. He had like a little event where he was talking about his show. Oh man, I can't remember. The name of it, but it was on sci-fi. It was about people aboard a ship. I can't remember the name. I'll put the name up here somewhere. But anyways, I watched him talk about that show with the showrunner, and then I remember walking out of that like event. I guess I had walked out right before George R. R. Martin did. And so I was walking and I like kind of heard a crowd of people behind me. I remember looking back and George R. R. Martin was like 5 steps behind me. And like we locked eyes and I was like, oh shit, should I ask him something? Do I say so? I wasn't prepared to ask him anything. And how weird would that be? Like if I start gushing over like, oh man, I love your work and blah, blah, blah. And how awkward would that be? Plus, I seen a huge crowd of people behind him, kind of following him. I was like, if I try to stop this man and ask him something right now, he's going to get bum rushed. He's going to get overran by this whole crowd of people. Plus, I didn't know what to say. So, like, we locked eyes for a second, and I just turned back around, and I was like, I just keep walking. I don't know. That has nothing to do with this question, but this is what I mean as far as, I'll try to stay on topic. But anyways, I went to Worldcon. I had no social media whatsoever. I thought social media was kind of a bad thing. I was like, there's just so much negativity. I don't want any part of it. It's not for me. But I get there, and there's so many writers and readers who had made friends online, and they're meeting there at this convention, and they're all going to these events together. And I was like, oh man, I'm missing out. I don't know anybody. I went there by myself. I don't know anybody here. I didn't have Twitter. I don't know where the parties are happening. They have a message board, at the convention where it's like you can go and like, oh, there's a thing happening at this suite. And it's like, I didn't know anybody. And I just felt disconnected from the community as a whole. And so immediately, as soon as the event went on for like 3 or 4 days, I think, and immediately after I was like, I'm jumping in completely. I made, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. I have a Facebook page. There's like, I try to jump onto every single social media thing I can get onto just to try to connect with the community. And I figured the best way was a Booktube channel. We could sit there, we could talk about books. And so I made a Booktube channel. That was it. But now I can finally be consistent, and I'm really enjoying creating videos. Okay, so what types of videos do you make? I make book reviews. I sometimes talk about TV shows that I like. It's coming along slowly, but I do want to make some video essays. I'd like to do some skits. I think I still haven't... It's taken such a long time to get comfortable in front of the camera. And like in real life, in my day-to-day life, I am very sarcastic and I'm constantly making jokes, and I would like to do more funny things. That is the kind of content I would really enjoy creating. So I will at least give it a shot. Then I also have my writing tips, which I haven't done in a while because Brandon Sanderson is giving writing advice on YouTube. So it's like, why? Who am I to sit there and give advice? But I feel like I've studied the craft for a very long time, and there's some things that I can add to the conversation. We might have to just pour another shot. I don't know. All right, so what do you love about book? Anybody who's engaged with the Booktube community can attest to how friendly and accepting everybody seems to be. Like, you can, you like talking about books. Like, okay, how many readers have this problem where it's like you love a book series and you just want to gush about it, you want to talk about it, you want to tell everybody, you're telling your friends, your family, and they don't read. And you're like, no, but like, please, this is a great book. Read it. And they're like, yeah, oh yeah, maybe I'll check it out. Or maybe you have a friend who's like, I'm a reader, and they'll read a book maybe once every 2 years, and that's cool, that's good. But the chances of them being excited over the same series that you are, it's just not there. And Booktube provides something that a lot of readers are looking for, and that is a community. Reading and writing can be such a lonely endeavor, but because of social media, and it's one of the bright spots, I think, of any social media platform is the book community. The readers and writers there are so supportive and funny, just on the same page. Pun intended. But they're on the same page. If you can do something you enjoy with a group of people who enjoy the same thing, it only makes it just that much better. And just the thought of people talking about what they love as a group with other people, it's awesome. I really enjoy just being a part of the community. What types of books do you read? Throughout my life, I've read a little bit of everything. I don't like to limit myself, so I will, like growing up, I read Goosebumps. That was like my first love of chapter books. And then in like probably middle school, early high school, I switched over. I started reading Lord of the Rings. And I was like, this is the best. This is the best fantasy novel of all time. And it wasn't until really engaging with the booktube community where I realized there's so many other fantasy classics out there. Like I read Lord of the Rings and then jumped into other stuff like random stories about vampires, like Dampier by I think it's J.C. Hendy or J.C. and Barb Hendy. It's been a long time, but I've read a little sci-fi. I read Stephen King. I've read story like Always Running and Monster, which are stories about like gang banging and being locked up, and I read like mafia crime stories and a little bit of poetry. I feel like I'm so bad at finding new poetry. Like if you have any good poetry recommendations, feel free to comment down below. I would love to read them. The occasional poetry. Uh, Eventually, I started reading Mark Lawrence when The Prince of Thorns came out. I remember looking at in the bookstore and saying like, my favorite color is green. As you can tell, maybe. I saw a book cover with a character who wrapped in a green cloak, and it was messed up. And I was like, this is for me. I'm gonna check this out. And I've read a lot of Mark Lawrence's stuff, and I really enjoy that. I read Peter V. Brett, the Demon Cycle series. I really enjoyed that. And I've also read the Mercy Thompson series, which has like 15 books in it and a spin-off series. That's really good urban fantasy. My favorite stuff to read, like now that I'm 32, I know what I like to read. And my favorite genres are fantasy and horror. And if they can mix the two, that would like, this mixes the two. So of course I'm gonna enjoy this, This is The Deadbringer by E.M. Markov. But if you can mix the two, I'll give it a shot. Like if any book that mixes the two, I'm there for it. But that's what I enjoy. Okay, what's the favorite video you've made? That one's tough. That's kind of a tough question. I think any of my videos that I filmed during the daytime always come out better than the ones I film late at night. Because when I film late at night, like the last video I did, which was his Dark Materials Season 2, Episode 2 review, I filmed that really late at night. I was super tired. I tried to tell a joke, and I was like, I had no energy. So I was like, I'll type it on the computer, and then I'll just say it. And it's like, the delivery was so bad. Like, I had no. It was something about comparing Mrs. Coulter to Cersei Lannister and making some Game of Thrones jokes, and like it was so monotone. Oh God! But when I record during the daytime, like right now I'm recording, it's like 6, but it's not late. So like I'm still wide awake. I'm cool. I'm chilling. But I enjoy this. I can sit here and talk to you guys and it's cool. I really have to stop recording late at night because I just oh God. But anyways, uh I really enjoyed my Court of Broken Knives review. I think that was I feel like that was my latest book review, and every time I do a book review, I feel like it gets just a tiny bit better. Just a little tiny bit better. I think when I come out with my next book review, which will be Red Sister by Mark Lawrence, that'll probably be even a little better. And but besides that, there are some old videos. Me and my brothers actually have a YouTube channel uh, that we started 3 years ago. That's kind of like just a fun project for the three of us to work on. And we've neglected it. There, we haven't uploaded. Me and my brothers, we have a YouTube channel where we talk about movies and video games and whatever. We started that 3 years ago. We haven't uploaded in like 8 months, but it's just a fun project for us three to work on. But there are some pretty funny videos we made a couple of years back that I enjoy. Like there's one where my brother's trying to convince me to watch John Wick 3, and I'm in character playing somebody who does not want to see it. I thought that was pretty funny, and we reviewed The Room by Tommy Wiseau, and at the end we do like a little skit. I thought that was pretty funny. Okay, so the last question is not exactly a question, but it's just tag 4 small booktubers that you know of, or list as many as you want. I think I could list 4. I think I'll list 4. I seen there was a lot of the small booktubers I follow and like really enjoy their content. A lot of them have already done this, so but I think I can come up with at least 4. Um, Now these 4 channels, I don't know if they do book tags because the 4 that I'm thinking of, I've never seen them do a book tag. So if you guys don't, that's fine. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. Like if you don't do it, if you're just like, cool, thanks, bro, it's cool. But if you would like to do this tag, I'm gonna just throw it out there. You can do it. I'm tagging you. The first one is Slowly Read. Right now, he's still a small booktube channel, but that is the number one spot for Grimdark. If you are looking for Grimdark fantasy recommendations, that's the spot. Again, I don't know if I don't think he does book tags, so he might not do it. But his channel is called Slowly Read, but the man comes out with a book review every other day, sometimes multiple days in a row. I don't know how he does it. Like, how? Like, just, I don't understand how. I feel like he's some kind of time wizard who just pauses time, reads a book, films a review, edits it, uploads it, and then unpauses time and keeps going. Like, at first, I was like, everything this guy was bringing up, I was like, oh, I gotta add this to my TBR, add this, add this. Now, he's done so many reviews where I'm like, if I ever catch up with my TBR, I'll go back and look at his channel and be like, okay, what else do I need to read? He knows. He knows all the stuff. He's got it. It's a great channel. Go check it out. Number 2, the Mazda Booktuber. He has a complete Stephen King collection. Like, I think he has everything. Like, we're talking first edition, probably some signed copies. I think he has every single Stephen King book that there is. He's a big horror fan. He has a really cool channel. You got to check it out. He'll do other stuff besides just talking about book reviews. Like one of his more recent videos was like gift ideas for the holiday season for a book lover. I really like when people throw in ideas just besides book reviews. They throw in like something else, and it's a really good channel. You should go check it out. The third one, Uptown Horror Reviews. Now, this channel has a lot of great horror recommendations. He's a big fan of splatterpunk. If you really like the gory, violent horror stories, that's a go-to. You go check that out. He has a bunch of recommendations already. For his last TBR, he ranked all of the stories he read, so you know which is like the #1 story, which I thought was a really cool idea. I will definitely be getting a lot of horror recommendations from that channel. Go check that out. And channel #4, Joe's Review Journal, which is another really good channel. I came across his channel when he did a review on a motivational book by David Goggins, who, if you don't know who that is, he's like a motivational speaker. He's really uplifting. You can hear his speeches and you feel pumped up and ready to go for your day. I was like, okay, I don't see a lot of booktubers reviewing stuff like that. So I was like, okay, this is a little different, and I'm into it. Like, I like this. And I thought that was really cool. But then he enjoyed The Prince of Thorns. Any channel, any reader who does a review on The Prince of Thorns and is like, yes, I love this, I'm like, yes, I am subscribed. I will watch all your videos. Like, I'm on your side. Like, the Broken Empire series is one of my favorite of all time. Like, Lord of the Rings, and then personally, I know people don't talk about it as like one of the greatest fantasy series of all time. It's not in the discussion. For me personally, reading a character like Jorg was so fun and just so different from a lot of stuff that's out there. Like, that's how a lot of channels get put on my radar. If they put up a Prince of Thorns review, I'm like, I need to check this out. But anyways, he has other stuff too. He reviews books and TV shows and things like that. Check his stuff out. It's really good. So as I'm editing this, as you can see, I noticed that Sandra Gibbons also tagged me in the small Booktuber tag. So thank you also for tagging me. Sandra also has a really good channel. You should go check that out. Show it up there. She's another booktuber who's a fan of the Broken Empire series, and she's also a writer. So go check her channel out. I think that's the whole thing. Hopefully this video wasn't incredibly long. I know I like to ramble on and on sometimes. But yeah, until next time, later.
Hi.
Hi, can I help you?
Yeah, can I have a dozen red roses, please?
Oh, hi, Johnny. I didn't know it was you. Here you go.
That's me. How much is it?
$18.
Here you go. Keep the change. Hi, doggy.
You're my favorite customer.
Thanks a lot. Bye. Hi.
Hi, can I help you?
Yeah, can I have a dozen red roses, please?
Oh, hi, Mark. I didn't know it was you.
Relax.
Cut.